just blew it, 'cause they all seem to do it. They walk into a room, DR60 goes boom. I am just not a match. I have never been scratched. The demons all show for a dude and a pro, but as hard as I've tried, I have never almost died. I will try harder, I guess, buy a cheap SLS. My stupidity is showing, I don't have every F going. I need another run crew that stays out of view. Need to learn tricks so I get far more clicks. Nothing ever happens when I'm hunting for the ghost. It's almost like they are just made up by the hyperhost. The cat balls never work for me, the dead bell never plays. If I want the clicks and views, I will have to change my ways. All the other teams get proof, so it seems. I think I just blew it, 'cause they all seem to do it. They walk into a room, DL60 goes boom. I am just not a match. I have never been scratched. The demons all show for a dude and a pro, but as hard as I've tried, I have never almost died. I have never almost died.
Hoo-hoo! Is music on? I think so. Right. I missed my power nap. So I'll try and be with it. Start about me needing cookies. Spaghetti, hello! I need to share out. Maybe I'll do it in tomorrow night's live. My wrestler intro. I haven't shared that on the live stream yet. My awesome wrestler intro with that Spaghetti's done for me. With one of Stay Tune's music pieces for me behind it. Sounds great. Sounds awesome. Caroline, hello darling, how are you, sweetie? Hope you're good. John boy. Cold shower needed. Yeah, see, that's what happens when you go outside. Mind it's not. I've got the fan full blast. I'm still warm. Never happy, are we? Sam Hain, are you going to be a cooler breeze than we're getting? I'm leaving it till tonight before I go up to the shops. Hope it's cooled down a bit. Alexis Artemis Green Howard the First. Hello, how are we doing? Oh, hang on. Oh, no, it's okay. It won't last. I had a look at the weather forecast, Sam, and it's looking like sorry, that's my phone going up. It's been doing it all morning. Hence no power nap. It won't last. It's about a couple of weeks. Actually, I moan if it's bad weather, but I really could do with this breaking before to another. I think it's about another 10 days left of it. I need to get myself some antihistamines actually, because the hay fever's not helping. You can smell the pollen when you go outside. Anybody else? Anybody I'm missing? Pomp in the house. Hello, gentleman Pomp. I feel like in Spain. I reckon it'd be cooler in Spain. I don't know. I suppose it depends where in Spain you are. Awesome song. Thank you. We did that quickly on Saturday. My little investigator's lament. I'm sat in the back garden. I tried that this morning. I had to come in because it was just, our back garden's a sun trap anyway. And it was just too much. For some reason, this song gives me Christmas vibes. We actually have a load of Christmas songs that we did for last Christmas. We did play one or two of them, but we didn't do the full lot because I ended up in hospital. So we've got them in the back burner for this year. Hopefully a little bit more Christmassy this year. If I can stay out of hospital. Oh, hiccuping. We'll be listening, but I went back to work this week, so I might not be in chat too much. No problem, sweetie. No problem. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll put the video into StreamYard because it's safer for me to do it that way, and I'll play it tomorrow night. But it is on. Actually, if somebody can link, I don't know why I'm saying that. I mean, I will do it, but if somebody can link Spaghetti's channel, you'll see a lot of the entrances to the wrestlers, including mine. If you haven't seen them yet. Mistress Kaylee, so good to see you. How are you doing? Tiff Paranormal? Hello. Hello. John Boy, I've got my big fan on. It's one of them. You put water in the bottom, it's magical. That's what I need. Because I've got the big desk fan on, but as soon as it gets too hot in here, all it's doing is circulating hot air. I could do with one of those, actually. Because even that wasn't helping last night. Lisa! APRF in the house. How are you, lovely? Elaine's going to be a lurky turkey. Hello, Elaine. Just growing the chat a little bit. Oh, awesome. Oh, please. It's a shame about the postage for people if you're not in the UK, but I'm getting really good feedback. I've been since I started that merch store, and I've got new designs to put on. But I will endeavour, now I'm feeling a little bit better, I will endeavour to set up a Redbubble and oh crap, Phil's not with me. What's the other one called? Threadless. So that both the US and Australia are better served without massive shipping. Cynthia, hello. I'm sorry I missed your live yesterday. I was asleep. You were just finishing. I was waking up. But oh no. But good to see you live. I will keep an eye out because I am not quite sleeping as much as I used to be. Just a lurky turkey, Blanky, hello everyone, and I can't moan at him for doing that because I did it in his last night. Oh, so bad to be on the back foot when Jeff's in. I was watching last night, but I was in bed, so I wasn't chatting much. There's Spaghetti's link. So all the wrestlers are on there. Just in case anybody's not there yet, can we also have Lisa's link? APRF massively into promoting new types of investigation styles. Mariah in the house, hello. See, that's how. See, I can't even say that's how you do it, Jeff, because I did it. It's your fault. It was not bad. Got it fast, my figure out. Thank you so much. Just for the record, guys, I even though I'm a professional artist and self-employed artist, all of my stuff is done by me. But I'm going to do a video on it on my art channel at some point. I actually love the AI for YouTube. I always use the AI for the live streams. I think it suits YouTube, so I'm hoping YouTube don't clamp down on it. I don't use it so much for the videos, but for the lives I do. But all of my merchandise is my original art. It's not nothing's AI in my merch. I don't sell anything that's AI. Am I the only one that loves to see Sarah doing a D&D stream? I tried that years ago, and do you know, I do watch one of my favorite reaction channel, because I'm a nerd, so I watch reaction channels. My favorite one are called Previewed, and the main thing of their channel is they react to TV and movies and trailers and stuff. But they do D&D streams. It would be well, hellish to set up, but it would be interesting to do. If people are into it. I have started doing the tarot cards though. The first one is in the community post. I'm doing the magician at the moment. So I've got the style for that. And because of the style I've chosen it because I like it, not for the ease of it, but I'll get through them quicker than I thought. Laura, good to see you, sweetie. How are we doing? Laura in the house. Thank you, Pomp. Thank you for that. Yeah, APR is fucking outstanding. They actually research and investigate with science. I love that, and I will admit that some of it's over my head. Because you know I'm art department, but what I love the way they're doing it. I love to see the results. I know it's not practical for every team to do this, but I love the idea of going back to locations again and again and again. But what I also love is they've combined, because where my wheelhouse is the folklore and the traditional stories and that have built up over the years. I'm not saying what the video's on because I need to just put it out and then people will see what I'm doing. But I'm kind of doing a little bit of that myself at the minute for a video that will probably hit next week sometime. But I love this not keeping the folklore and the storytelling and the history of it separate to the science. I love that. They seem to blend it so well. So please, yeah, they are outstanding. Who do you have to speak at this? The merch does need revamping. I have no problem with that, Ghost Cats. Actually, what I'm doing, for example, with the tarot cards is, I mean, if you could set it up yourself, set it up. You're not going to get any moaning from me, you know, as long as you're not selling it on. Just if you do it for yourself, you go nuts. If you want the original picture from me, the AI and a better DPI, just let me know. My email's at the top of the chat. I'll also explain why that's there later. If you want to do it as Diamond Dart, you do it as Diamond Dart. But for the I don't think Sheila's in the chat yet, but I am planning on Amazon of releasing colouring books. And so what I'm actually doing at the moment with the tarot cards is, and it's difficult for me to do because I don't know how Elaine does hers, but you know, I have a habit of doing some drawing and doing some colouring and then drawing some more. And I'm actually making myself do the outline first, photographing the outline before I add any colour to it. So the tarot's cards will eventually have a colouring book attached. My AliExpress shipment's finally arriving on time, probably because a private post service is doing it. Every time a state post is it, they're late for months. Yeah. Preaching to the choir. The problem I have here, because I used to sell a lot of stuff online, I'm going back to doing it, but with being ill, I kind of literally put the stops on it because I couldn't get out. But the problem I have here is because I live rural and I like to support my local post office. They're lovely in there and they're lovely to me. But there's not a lot of options here if you want an alternative postal service. But if you've got one, it's a good idea. Imagine Crow, the little hot dog loving barbarian. Uh-huh. Crow. Any food, not just hot dogs. See, I can roast Crow when I'm not doing an official roast. Couldn't do the roast. I may have to revisit it at some point. Beardo's next. That is half written. He's gonna love me. Yeah, Harry Potter. What? Everywhere here at the minute. Bloody broomsticks and school capes and hats with Hufflepuff on it. Because where I live. The Miss Mayhem. Hello, sweetie. How are we doing? Oh no, Laura, this is. Have you seen somebody about it? Said she who never goes to the doctors, by the way. Probably why I ended up in the emergency room. But yeah. I was having problems with my back, but it was because I was sitting on the edge of the bed doing the nearly all day on YouTube. But I've actually switched rooms now, so I'm in my computer chair, so it's slowly getting better. Slowly. Yeah, the trouble is, Laura, you can feel as though it's getting better, which is what's happening to me at the moment. I can feel mine improving because I'm not sitting the way I was all day anymore. And I mean, I'm sitting at the computer for 12 to 18 hours a day, you know, just doing YouTube. But I am finding mine is improving, but it doesn't take much to go backwards, so don't. You've got to keep taking it easy, sweetie. Always happy to see familiar faces in the chats. Yeah. That is absolutely familiar names. Yeah, you see, I do most of the outline, but I often will, once I get going, I will often start doing the colouring as well. But I'm having to not do that because I want to do the colouring pages. And it's a far bigger job taking colour out than it is leaving it out. Carla in the house. Hello, Carla. How are we doing? No problem, Tiff. Good to see you, sweetie. Hope work's okay for you. Carla's off to work. No problem. Not eating right now, just coffee right now. Yeah, I've got coffee. I've got some cookies, biscuits with me, but trouble is, I've got this amazing new microphone that I got at Christmas from friends. Bought me a proper microphone, and it's a stunning microphone, but it picks up everything. So when I always have food next to me when I'm live streaming, but it has to now be something soft because otherwise you would hear every single crunch. Too hot. Yeah, see, that's what I did. I only lasted about 10 minutes. Oh, it has to go back by itself. Oh, is it a trapped nerve, Laura? Because I get those. And there's nothing you can do. Doesn't matter what you would literally have to wait for it to spontaneously go back in, if that's what it is. Yeah. Am I behind chat? Oh no, I'm not that behind. Probably shouldn't have done what you should have done, but yeah, I'm always guilty of that as well. You're fool as fuck. Thank you. Well, you'd probably seen the original version, and it's funny when I was doing the original version. I just looked when I actually really liked that simple black, white, and red picture. And then I added the background to it, and as usual, I do this all the time. I overdo it. I think I've spoilt it. So, I was happy with it. So that's the style, and it's nice and clear. I mean, I'm not a believer in tarot cards per se, in terms of paranormal, but I do love tarot card art, and they are actually useful for getting your head together. Actually, if you don't treat them as anything psychic, and that's what a lot of people use them for. It's just to sort of get your thoughts in order. And having the simpler design means that each card is more recognizable. And I have found, Elaine, I've only found one because I only quickly looked. I'm hoping there are going to be more options. I have actually found out that there is the potential of me getting them done up as tarot cards, which would be awesome. I would actually love to be able to put a deck together without me doing it. Both amazing, but the simpler one. Yeah, I mean, I was happy with the other one, but I just thought, no. I just kept remembering me actually thinking at the time with the original one, oh, should I really be adding the background to it? And then I did, and I thought I should have left it. So, Enga, fantastic. Hello, ma'am. Hello, Enga. How are we doing? I found a box of tarot cards on the seafront, but good grief. Because they're not cheap. You usually, unless you get a really cheap one set off Temu, which I did. Actually, they're nice. They're Gustav Dor set. But they're not high quality cards. But for decent cards, you're paying at least £20 minimum. Yes. I thought, wonder if anybody does it. The only thing is, I think they're going to look. I think it's basically playing card size. I would actually like to find somewhere that does them bigger. But the fact I found one so quickly suggests there might be others. It would be nice. I love tarot card as well. It's so beautiful. When I eventually manage to sort this laptop out so I can go on camera again, I will actually show everybody the latest set I got. Well, I got it a couple of years ago. And as soon as I bought it, I ordered another one for Bestie because she likes them as well. And they're absolutely beautiful. I have a deck of stress cards. I have a deck of stress. I know that. Sorry I'm late. Mike, you never have to. I automatically think to say, you're not like you're late, you arrive especially when you mean to, because I'm a nerd, but then I think, no, Parple says that, I can't say it. Think of something witty along those lines and pretend I said it. Thank you for being a member for 8 months, Mike. You're a treasure. I used to know the basis of tarot, but I love the artwork and a lot of the ones that I've seen. I mean, I've started reading tarot cards when I was a teenager. I didn't know any better. I mean, I'm rusty now. I would need the book now to remind me of all of them. I would only be able to do a rough reading, but the artwork, and there are some amazing decks out there. The only thing I was disappointed on, and this is going to contradict what I said earlier about I love me AI art for the stream, is so when I was looking at designs a few weeks ago and looking at tarot cards and looking at ones, I thought, oh, these look amazing, and then I looked and I thought, they're AI. How easy is it to actually create a bloody deck of tarot cards in AI? Like I say, I will only do my art when it's stuff I might sell. I mean, they look beautiful, but Gandalf, yeah. I have exactly what you mean to. I use oracle cards. I have a set somewhere that somebody gave me, and I think they are stunning, but I don't understand oracle cards in terms of reading them. Bottom of the chat, look at me. Look at me. What's that, 24 minutes in? I think that's slightly a record. Can you use Uno cards? You can use, I believe, for people who are sort of experts at reading these things, you can read any cards. I do know people who use normal playing cards. Just really what you designate in you. May look beautiful, but it does take the side. Yes, I think that's what caught my eye as well. Because YouTube is I'll do a video on it on my art channel, but because YouTube is a digital medium, I do think that the AI suits the live streams. I love doing it. And also, I'll be honest, what I find useful for AI is sometimes if I've got an idea in my head and I can't quite visualize it properly, I'll sometimes use AI to just to get ideas and color tones and things like that. I don't do straight replicas of it or anything. It's my style, but it is useful for that, and I'll do that on the channel as well. But yeah, because I think on tarot cards, my problem was tarot cards obviously are physical objects and they're very tactile, and it just looks weird having an AI picture on something that it should have real artwork on it. I need a human behind art. I do sometimes. I will use people sometimes. If it's, but usually with me, it's a body part. So if it's hands, for example, I'll use my own to take from. AI is too beautiful, though. Real life has its blemishes, whereas AI doesn't. Yeah, that's the beauty of AI, and I'm not going to say what this video is I'm planning for at the moment, but that's kind of part of the point I'll be making. Is anything digital is perfect in the way that it's constructed naturally, and you're right. The soul in a piece of artwork is in its imperfections. I don't know if anybody else looks at this. I don't know how much you need to be an artist to recognize this, but sometimes you will look at, say, a very technical drawing, and technically it's beautiful, but like you said, there's no soul in it. Whereas you might look at something that's a little bit different. And then that's where the art side comes in. I think, Sarah, it's a good tool for what you described. Yeah, it is. It's useful because, I mean, you know, if you're planning something, it's like the special project I'm planning at the moment. Who's messaging me? Okay. The special project I'm planning at the moment, I need lots and lots of artists would create what's called a mood board to have loads and loads of pictures for inspiration and for use and shapes and colors and stuff. AI cuts that process out. I certainly would be highly unlikely, because I do buy other people's art when I can afford it. I do actually love it, and I wouldn't buy AI. Or highly unlikely. Yeah, the Rider-Waite the cards actually have traditionally been the most popular, and the ones that I probably, even though I don't think I've ever actually owned a pack, they're the ones I'm most used to sort of seeing and knowing what they mean. I'm going to have to lurk for a bit, no problem. But yeah, a lot of people, some people still do, but yeah. All right. Hang on. Oh, nice. Hang on, let's see if I can share that. They wouldn't be cheap. Somebody has lost those. Probably fallen out. They probably bought them because of where you are, because it's the sort of thing they'd buy on holiday. And hang on. I've lost StreamYard. There's StreamYard. Because they look new as well. Share screen, that's what I'm looking for, sorry. Oh, I'm such an amateur sometimes. Image tab, Facebook. There we go. So this is the set that John Boy found on the beach. Yeah, somebody probably doesn't even know they've lost them yet. That's better now. I have coffee. See, this is the other thing about me switching rooms, because I'm in the bigger rooms. I've got a massive long table. One part is for the router and the plugs and everything, and the middle part's for the computer, and the end part's for the artwork. Behind the computer is a kettle, so I don't have to drink out of yucky flasks anymore. And I can make boiling hot coffee all the way through the stream. You talking to me, Pump? You said that about the Garbage Pail Kids tarot deck. There's some interesting decks out there. I had my favorite comic book artist is called Dave McKean, and he did do a set. Unfortunately, I lost them in all the moves. And I'd love to get another set, but they'll be stupidly expensive. But yeah, when there's doing themes. I mean, I'm normally going to do a full deck once. I'm not going to do, because it's 78 cards in a full deck. But when I was first started talking about doing the tarot cards, for example, people would say, no, you can do the debunkers. You could do any sort of theme on it. In just the major arcana. I'll have to look those up, actually, Mike. I'm interested to see how they did them. I mean, you could go nuts. You could do all sorts. You could do a Muppets one. You could do a, South Park one and Star Wars. I'm sure there probably is Star Wars one, actually, and Trek ones and stuff. I know there's Lord of the Rings ones. I'm not an artist, so I can argue it certainly helps. I'm the type that has lots of ideas but no ability to put it to paper. Thankful for my tattoo artist and his ability to bring ideas to life. Yeah. Quite a few people have had tattoos from my art. I really should get pictures when they do it. And I'm designing I want a sleeve eventually. It'll be bit by bit because it'll be expensive, but I'm planning on a sleeve for my left arm. A lot of charity. Oh, yeah, that's possible as well. Yeah. Got called away. I'm back and lurking. No problem, Lisa. Imagining Garbage Pail Kids as tarot. I think it's an interesting concept. It's and again, speaking as somebody who does artwork, because a lot of my stuff is derived from different stories. I do a lot of fairy tale stuff and legend stuff and even fan art. And it's all in my own style, but it's always nice to sort of work with these characters, etc. I'm looking for garbage. Kids. Cards. Let's see if we can find them. Oh, actually, they're pretty cool. I don't know if there's more than one kind of set, but see if I can find one with. Oh, nice. So I'm trying to find one that's got a few different card deck. No, let's take me out of Garbage Pail Kids. It's full screen that. Back to StreamYard. Present. Carry the one. As Crow would say. I don't know if this is the same set, Mike, but Googling it. I know you can't see them particularly, but yeah, they look really cool, actually. It's kind of frustrating for me, Pomp. I'm really creative, but drawing wasn't my strong suit. You don't have to be able to draw. I'm not. It's going to take some time, but I am going to do some. I have a Patreon, and you can actually join it free and just get the basics on there. If you want the more detailed stuff, it's a flat rate of $5 a month. And for my art, the reason I'm mentioning the Patreon isn't to plug it. It's because with my art channel, I will be doing tutorials on the art channel. But what I'm planning on doing eventually is doing one or two art courses, and I'll probably put that on the Patreon. I'm not going to do a second Patreon. They'll all go on the same one. And the way I use Patreon, I've probably said this before because I've been a member of Patreon for quite a while now, is, for example, the reaction channel I spoke about. There's quite a few reaction channels I actually have memberships for, but I don't pay it all the time. You know, and in a couple of months, I'll probably be restarting the membership because they're going to be reacting to Wednesday. They're going to be reacting to Peacemaker. They're going to be reacting to things I really want to see them react to. But when there's nothing going on like right now that I want to watch, I don't. And the way I'm going to do the art courses on the Patreon is I'll do them so that they're easy completed in a month. So if you only want to pay for the 1 month, you don't have to keep the subscription going. Hang on. Lost StreamYard. Let's StreamYard go. I've got too many tabs open, guys. Tell me if I'm cutting out. But yeah, you don't have to be able to draw. There are different ways of doing it, and that's one of the things I would actually. I'm not doing traditional drawing courses. You know, there's millions of those on YouTube. But you don't have to be able to draw. There are different projects you can do. Most people, especially if you already know you're creative, there's different mediums you can use. So I'm here hitting mute. There will be a few Star Wars. There's a Boba Fett deck. There's the one with Boba Fett in it. Don't tell me yes, actually. Don't look it up. Can't afford it. Where's Phil? Wayne! Phil's working tonight, but I'm hoping. I think he's off tomorrow night. I think he said he was off tomorrow night, so hopefully he'll be on tomorrow night. I'm umming and ahhing about the Wednesday night streams. I do want to do a middle of the night stream for the American audience once a week. I may switch to doing a Crow Booyah I'm Live Bitches stream. Because sometimes it's difficult on a Wednesday night for various reasons, which I won't go into. But also partly my health. But then there's other nights I'm wide awake. There's nobody live, and I think I could have been going live now, but I was live last night. So watch this space for that. But I am doing a late night stream tomorrow night, and Phil should be there then. The last I bought are all gold, but they're beautiful but slippery. Yeah, some of them are. The ones I had, the very first set of tarot cards I bought, actually, it was when I spent 3 months in Washington, D.C. when I was 19. Went over for the summer, and I'm sure it was they had a comic book, small comic book store there. And I actually bought a set of tarot cards then, and they were actually Aleister Crowley ones. And they were massive, you know. They were beautiful, but they were a little bit too big for handling easily. We could do predictions with the playing cards too when we were kids. It was inaccurate as hell, but it was fun. Yeah, it's fun. I wish I could show you, but my pupper is listening to you and doing tippy head from side to side. Oh, sounds adorable. Pom, you've got the same mouth as I have. I'm just a bit more used to putting it in mute mode. You know, it's where it's where your mouth is saying something, and your brain's going, Sarah, what are you doing? No, shut up. With me, it's usually when somebody says, "Can you do this for me? Can you do that? Can you? How would you feel about going out next week? Do you want to do this?" And it's something I really don't want to do, and I hear myself saying, "Oh yes, no bother, I'll come with you," and my brain's screaming at me. No. Oh, I have no poker face whatsoever. That is the only thing that worries me about being on camera more. Terrible. Mind you, I think my voice gives it away sometimes as well. Yeah, there's my Patreon. Like I say, I do have. There is a free version. So you know, and I will always say in the free version what I'm actually doing inside the members only bit. So if there's something that you feel as though you want to see for a bit, and just pay for a month, or you know, wait if you want to just sort of at some point, I've got a spare $5, I'll just have a look, see what's inside Sarah's Patreon, just do it for a month. You don't have to keep paying every month if you don't want to. Sarah's a really soothing voice. Actually, it's not cutting out today. I'll probably just jinx myself saying that. If only sometimes you could get a sure you want to post that. Well, oh yeah, it's what the delete button's. Um, I actually have. If Phil was here, he'd be moaning at me because I will always say if we're moderating on the channel, oh, I'm going on to. If you see me in chat at any chat, especially if I'm moderating, and I'm saying I'm going onto my phone, it's because I cannot moderate on a phone. You know, I will just cause mayhem trying to moderate on the phone. And the other thing, even if I'm just sort of just doing general chat on the phone, my phone, because it's an old one and the screen freezes, sometimes I'll start typing something and it sends before I'm ready. So you might get one word or a couple of words and it makes no sense. So if you see that, it's because I'm on my phone. Oh, we all make mistakes. People should realise that. Sorry, I need to change subject. What channel will do naked paranormal investigations? They would be able to. YouTube wouldn't allow. OnlyFans. Look on a. I'm not recommending OnlyFans. I'll get into trouble. Although in this heat, God, when as little as possible. I would like to upload it. Hills mod on my phone. I don't know how you do it. I don't know. I mean, I don't have the largest of phones. It's but it's yeah. I don't know how you guys do it when you do it on your phone. I can barely type into chat on my phone. Just seen Dark Fantasy Tarot cards online, £36. Yeah, I mean, yeah, they can. I mean, it's like the ones I want, the Dave McKean ones. I don't know even know if they're available. Let's have a quick look. But I can guarantee you they will be hugely expensive if you can still get them. You probably can't still get them. You probably have to eBay it. Let's have a look on Amazon. See if they do them. Dave McKean Tarot. Because it was years ago I bought them. Oh yeah. They've gone up a little bit. £281. I'm guessing actually that is because they're oh yeah, 2000. It'll be a second-hand set. I haven't quite managed £281. I can buy a lot more for £281 than a set of tarot cards. Remove. There you go. Hi back. Where would they put their gadgets? Hey Elaine, it might stop them using the gadgets. Yeah. Where are you going to stick the REM pod now? What are these as a planchette? It's quite amusing to think about actually. Well, here, where would you stick the REM pod? What would the ghosts think? You know? Maybe the ghosts don't want to see that kind of behaviour. Be funny though. How did we get to Naked Ghost Hunt? Who's going to pitch it to a network? Stars would take it. Is it Stars that do Spartacus? Who did Game of Thrones? Is that HBO? So one of those might take it. I said K2, not KY. Yeah, careful of that fishing wire. But you know, you'd soon see someone get the scratch. Oh, K2, not KY. That's funny. I'm just trying to think. There are one or two teams. Pompey's volunteering. Good to know. Cat balls. Yeah. Wonder if the likes of Sam and Colby would be up for it. If they got the views in. They might. What did I see? Sorry, just scrolling back up. No, can't see it. Cannot see it. Caroline, are you trying to get me another ban? A naked pump would need to. No, YouTube would do that themselves. Nobody'd have to ban you. YouTube doesn't allow that sort of thing. I thought you were already in, Wayne. Hello, who wants another hello? Have you seen that clip from one? I think it's one of the Despicable Me's where one of the minions keeps coming around back to the front to keep getting kisses. That's great. Hi everybody. Do you Ghost Gadget? How about a spirit cod piece? Yeah. Where do you put the dowsing rods? APRF? He comes in just as we're getting smutty. Hey Wes. YouTube is boy. YouTube is yeah. Do you know sometimes I see and I get it when I'm moderating sometimes. I'll delete a comment. Oh, why did I get my comment deleted? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm thinking I'm surprised YouTube let it come out in the first place. You're gonna get you are gonna get the content creator into trouble. And sometimes it's stupid words. We just tend to know what they are. Just been lucky turkey. Been lucky turkey. And then, well, yeah. Actually, Elaine, do you know what? You might have a new line of products to make. You know, go beyond the masks. Get the full set mask, codpiece, nip tassels. See if Crow's up for it. Vegan's probably secretly already got one. Probably. He's probably got a bloody coat of arms now. Vegan's. They would be hunting ghosties and ghoulies. Yeah. So if you want something amusing to do a video on, Dan Aykroyd went on Joe Rogan. Really? Oh, Dan Aykroyd's a big... I don't know if I'd get away with a Joe Rogan reaction. But Dan Aykroyd's a big... that's how Ghostbusters started, isn't it? Because he actually does believe in the paranormal. I think he has a family that were connected to it. Didn't they? Didn't either the family or he ended up with a bookshop, a bit like Ray does in Ghostbusters. I'll make what anyone wants within reason. You could be onto a winner. You could make a fortune. Paranormal investigation cod pieces, you know, because sooner or later the demons are going to stop scratching and start hitting where it hurts. I'll have a piece of cod, not a cod piece. Please don't go food. I'm starving. Said cod piece. It's shaped like bologna. Dan's dad. Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was a family connection. I think that's where the idea for Ghostbusters came. I do like Dan Aykroyd. He was the leader of one of the societies. Yeah. Originally, it was supposed to be Bill Murray and John Belushi until the end. Yeah. Although I don't know if it would have been a bit chaotic with both Belushi and Murray. I'm trying to think if Bill Murray and John Belushi had been in anything together. I know Belushi was in Blues Brothers with Aykroyd. Aykroyd said he spooned a ghost. Aykroyd would. As gag gifts, we have crocheted weenie warmers. You could put the cat balls. Yeah, see? And you were worried about where the ghost hunting equipment was going to go. You'd have to ask for measurements for that, but you know they're going to be wrong. Yeah. My eyes are up here, chat. Imagine the members only videos. Wiener grab holders I run past. Sheila! Just talking about you earlier. I was saying that my tarot cards collection, I'm actually doing the outline first before I add any colour, and I'm going to be putting it together as a colouring book. Well, the major arcana and the court cards and the aces. I won't do the number cards for the colouring book. Oh, sorry, I've jumped on chat. Where am I? I was on Sheila's. Let me find Sheila again. There we go. I'm imagining a group seance. Yeah, that's what he said about the Ouija board, you know, planchette. There we go, everybody's saying loads of shit. Oh, that helped. That certainly helped. That's not, yeah. I was thinking, because I keep saying about doing colouring books, I've been planning to do for a while on Amazon anyway, and that's the way I'm doing the artwork for the tarot cards. I thought these would actually suit colouring pages. So I'm just having to discipline myself not to add any colour while I do the outline. It's really hard. It's difficult. I'm not used to being that organised. The thumbnails can say paranormal, the bare facts. Yeah. The naked truth of the paranormal. We're on to a winner here, guys. Shame YouTube wouldn't stream it. Wasn't Bill Murray and John Belushi? Yeah, they were. They were all Saturday Night Live alum. I think most of them were from that era. Yeah, they were together. I'm just trying to think. I can't think of a movie off the top of my head that they were in together. So I was just going to say the naked truth. Yeah, I see. Great minds. Little Miss Mayhem, great minds. If I could think of some way of doing a skit without getting into trouble, I would. But, you know, I kind of need the monetization. Oh, that fan's hitting just right at the minute. Cool air. We like cool air. While I remember, by the way, I've put my email at the top of the chat. You can Facebook me or you can Instagram me. But I put my email at the bottom of the chat, at the top of the chat, pinned. If anybody wants to either ask questions or submit stories for the Believe in Me project, because that's pushing forward. I'm nearly finished the video of one of my first stories. And thank you to those who have already submitted stories. That's awesome for your paranormal experiences. If I need a loo break, I'm actually going to play the little video while because I thought I'd be on my own. So while I'm gone, I'll play the Leaving Me video. Don't think they've been in a movie together. I know John Belushi and John Aykroyd was in the Blue. Yeah. Money is a little important. Just sadly, yes. It would be nice if it wasn't. Can't you upload it to Patreon or Twitch? Patreon kind of has similar guidelines, to be honest. I need to look into Patreon. At the moment, I actually can't upload to Patreon. I think I need a. What I do when I upload videos to Patreon is I make them unlisted, and I put the link in my Patreon, so you can't see it on YouTube. But if you without the direct link, that's what unlisted videos are. But I think you need a Vimeo account for Patreon, so I will look into that because I would like to put my vlogs and things up there. That's what the pixel effect is for in DaVinci. Be everywhere though, wouldn't it? Naked investigation. Place not conflicting chances while laying on your back and ask for spirits to remove it. Yeah. Yep. I've still got no problem, Sheila. I'm putting it together bit by bit. I'd like to have the first. I mean, I'll be doing more than one book, but I'd like to have the first book out. I don't know, a couple of months, because I want to get as many as possible. But thank you to everybody who's already submitted. I'll send you my story today. I get busy. Yeah, me too. By the way, guys, if you are sending them through email, I am bloody shocking at checking my Fantastic Publishing email because it's not my main email. I've still got to get into the habit of checking it every day. But I will. I am getting better at it. Do you know what? There may be a way to do it, and it is something I'm thinking of doing anyway. Not as in Naked Investigations, but just in terms of a way to film something. And actually, there's two ways I could do it. So it is possible. Probably get away with it if it wasn't too bad actually on members on YouTube. You could use a PNG of a banana hammock for the fellas. Worry Justin, who is next in line after Beardo for the roast. If you want to do a Southern Redneck Fake Ghost Hunt skit, I'm working out the dialogue. It will send it to... No! Awesome! Awesome. Dawson could incorporate his dildo... Oh. Don't listen to Dawson. Nobody listens to Dawson Pomp. Get with the programme. Dawson thinks Australia isn't real. How can you trust somebody who doesn't think Australia is real? What did... oh, sorry, I'd missed Wes's comment. Is that called the test method? See, I can just use... I'll just credit everybody. I can just use this live stream as inspiration. Ghost hunting in the nuddy. Any ghost hunting. Yeah, that was going to happen sooner or later, wasn't it? I don't know. Beginning to lurk mode work calls. No problem, Miss Mayhem. No problem. Dawson comes from a parallel universe where there's no Star Wars. He's missing out. And no Australia. And still believes that wombats don't have square poo. Ravenclip Dawson still to her own possibility with Segro and Joe. I'll have to check that. Is that in Discord, Pomp? I'll be honest, I haven't checked. I'm really bad at checking Discord at the minute. Please behave yourselves in there. Well, my thing is yellow now. Yes, member 6 months. Actually, I didn't do this for Mike either, so for both of you. See, I need Phil with me to go, you know what that means.
Oh my god.
I'll have to watch that. I'm behind on this stuff. Dawson is a sweetheart, but I so worry about him doing investigate. Oh, do you know, we've been saying that for months. But he doesn't listen. Look after me stuff, guys. Old chat going, what are we supposed to do if somebody takes it? Then what was it? He was in, I think it was Tombstone he was in the middle of the night and just wandered off. Oh, I'm just going to go over here. And it's like, you know, just... We were speculating we were never going to see him again. Dawson thinks Washington, D.C. is the smallest state. Yeah, I saw that. Yep. I think it's in... Yeah, have a look for me, Pomp. See if she usually puts stuff in her... Well, it might be on a channel, actually, but she usually puts stuff in a Discord folder. I've actually haven't seen Dawson's last video yet because I actually was asleep and I felt really bad when I woke up and thought, oh, crap, I've missed Dawson's premiere. But it is on my watch list, so I'll have to get that seen. I think it is Rhode Island, Ghostwina. I think Washington DC is a bit like, well, actually, the Vatican in Rome is considered its own, what's the word? Principality. And I think DC is the same, but it's not a state. He was in the Appalachians, and I have kin there. They shoot first. Yeah, do you know? I watch, as Sheila knows, I watch a lot of true crime stories and TV, like Criminal Minds. And yeah, I'd be a bit nervous about going in the Appalachians, according to all those. Is it the Appalachian Trail? Does it only have a hundreds of miles of hiking route? Yeah, Washington DC is not a state. It is, but how do I upload it? I've got the link. Oh, don't worry about it. I won't show it in this because if I put open Discord, the stream will die because Discord doesn't like StreamYard. But I will have a look at it. I'd live there if it wasn't the bears and the solitary cockroach. It looks beautiful. It does actually look beautiful. But you have got to be careful if you hike in there. See, if you're UK, the idea of being anywhere and literally having dangerous animals that can just wander into your backyard or whatever. Yeah, I've seen Criminal Minds. They're always on the Appalachians. Yeah, because people who live off the grid. I did see Beardo's new video. For the most part, I agreed with him. Let's put it that way. For the most part. If you run a channel, guys, this is also for like people like APRF, and I adore it for them. I don't care if they're in the chat; they can hear me say that. If you're on a channel, big or small, this is a community, and if you take nothing else away from what Beardo said, please take this away. And it works promotion works both ways. I mean, you'll see me pop in, you'll see Crow pop in, you'll see a lot of Jeff has done it, Mariah's done it. You'll see a lot of people pop into chat, and sometimes they can't stay very long, but they'll pop into chat, and they're popping into chat to support the channel that are live streaming. They're not you shouldn't be popping into chat to self-promote, you shouldn't be popping into chat to promote somebody else, you should be there to support the channel. And that's the way we work, and we support each other, and we give each other shout outs. And yes, it can be exhausting at times. It can sometimes get to the point when you're a channel creator and you find yourself, it can be very easy to be sitting far more in the live streams than actually getting your content created. But I don't know if we've got any. I don't know if Elaine found. I'm just wondering. Oh, Laura's in the chat. You can, and but you know, it's part and parcel of what we do as a community, and you do it for everybody. I mean, if I'm not in the chat, by the way, guys, it's usually I'm asleep. I mean, poor Laura's chat. I really get into Laura's because of the time she goes live. But I mean, as I'm feeling a little bit better, that may change, by the way, Laura, because I'm not sleeping as much as I had to before. But yeah, and that's what we do. I mean, I'm rarely awake for Jeff's. I briefly woke up last night, and I was up for about 20 minutes. I had a coffee before I went back to bed, and that's why I was briefly in Jeff's last night. But most of the time, I miss Jeff's. But yeah, it's that's what you do, and when you don't do that, then don't complain that you're not getting the shout outs. It works both ways. It works both ways. Brother-in-laws aren't used to live in the woods and the bears would come up to the house. She used to put the radio on. Yeah, I mean, I had to see pictures on YouTube, etc., and on Facebook Reels where they sort of walked into the backyard. I saw one where one started going into the house, and whoever it was just literally said to it, no, you're not coming in, and it did go. So maybe something that we're used to, you know, but no, I just can't imagine it as a Brit. Elaine, Sarah, you want to live where you guys? It looks like something out of a fantasy movie. Yeah, fucking Harry Potter, if you may. Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, a lot of the times the most beautiful places aren't sort of seen by a lot of people. We here in Northumberland, I mean, it's always been a heavy tourist destination, but there was a series by a British actor called Robson Green, and he did 2 series called Tales from Northumberland, and it really boosted our tourism, and often and also during COVID, and people couldn't go abroad, we were getting a lot of people who normally wouldn't even holiday in this country, so it did help. But yeah, we have some beautiful places other than the ones that everybody tends to know about. I remember that, Alexis. Is that the one that did the documentary on the Gabby Petito? CAG. Oh. Now this can't be a coincidence that suddenly you're in the US when now Seg's at home. Was it so bad you had to leave the country? How are you doing, sweetie? Good to see you. Pleased you arrived in the 2 of you arrived in the US safely. Look forward to see what you're doing. Jonathan and Ned, you wonderful people. I don't know what happened, Pump, but chances are you were timed out, not banned. I don't know what the story is. Castles and beautiful scenery. I need to have a car again to do this, and also I need to feel a little bit better. But I'm dying to be able to do vlogs from other than just literally where I live, because there are some beautiful locations near me that I really want to share with everybody. Crit Walker, hello. How's your trip going? Yeah, that's why Cag went. Look at the Seg's lost luggage. Um, I have Alison with me. It's a nightmare. Oh no! Uh, it was a hand raiser where she was used to that. Yeah, I figured it. I figured. I now have seen ones where they obviously sort of see the bears quite often. So there's kind of a truce between them. I've had bears, deer, bobcats, snakes, and everything you can think of here. Don't go out at night for sure. No. Great advice. What did I say? You're welcome. I can't remember what advice I gave, but you're welcome. Yeah, it is difficult, but so that's why if you see somebody like Laura or myself or Crow or whoever, and we'll pop in and we might say lurking, and we can't necessarily stay for the entire live. Often I've still got the live on in the background if I'm doing artwork or something. But if you start getting into sort of doing chat, he needs those masks. I've seen his face. I loved it. Yeah, I mean, Robson Green actually lives near here. I have no love for Robson Green, but it was interesting the way he did the 2 series. Alison's doing okay now that she made it here. Seem to remember from your live, was it Alison that was nervous of flying? Because I'm so with that. I hate flying. Back off mute. Her in the chat. Wayne, can you just come over and get her, please? Oh no! No! Yeah, leave it running when I'm not in chat. I do try and do that. So if I'm not busy, to sort of help with the watch time, etc. Or if I know I'm going to sleep. Who's your favourite female male actors? I actually don't know the answer to that. I love Tom Hardy. So Tom Hardy, especially as Alpha Solomon. I don't know about actress though. Actually, no, I don't. I tell you who I really like her. I think she's a really good actress now, and at first she annoyed me. But I've seen several films where she's been outstanding, and that's Keira Knightley. In some films, she has acting props when she's not doing the obvious sort of Pirates of the Caribbean stuff. I'll probably think of loads more, but I love Tom Hardy. And Cillian Murphy. Alison had a little hiccup. Alison hadn't renewed her New Zealand visa and almost... Oh no! Is she on the no-fly list, Cag? Oh, Gary Oldman. How could I forget Gary Oldman? Oh, I feel so ashamed of myself now. Hell yeah, Gary Oldman. She's a fucking nightmare. Oh no. I know to leave a stream running asleep at night, I need the sounds to sleep, and it helps the creator too. It does. It just depends which creator though, because there's some streams you can fall asleep to, and you end up dreaming about the stream, and it can get very weird. Don't fall asleep to crows. Well, probably mine actually. Love Gary Oldman's Dracula. It's okay. I actually that's actually no reflection on the Gary Oldman Dracula. It's I really wish that you would have to do it as a TV series. You couldn't do it as a movie. It would be too long, but I would love to see somebody do an actual adaptation of the book. And they don't do it because if you read the book, Dracula's barely in it. The character of Dracula is barely in it. I think one of my favourite Gary Oldmans is Leon. I loved him in that. Oh, Alan Rickman. Oh, R.I.P. You need a visa to transit through New Zealand if you want an Australian citizen. Oh, really? I thought you'd gone to the US. I'm confused. I'm confused. Catherine! Sorry, I'm out at... I just want to say hi to all. Hello, sweetie. How are you doing? Tom Hardy is the man he is. Never seen him play a bad role. Whether the movie's any good or not. Most versatile actor I know. Actually, I think, if memory serves, Gary Oldman is a huge influence on Tom Hardy. You can kind of tell, actually. He's kind of the next generation's Gary Oldman. Yeah. Oh, I forgot he was Lee Harvey Oswald. See? The Professional, yeah. He was so good in that. R.I.P. Anthony Hopkins. I have an issue with Anthony Hopkins. He's a great actor, but I don't know. I'm not sure he's a great person. You always hear things that he's a bit pompous. Always puts me off. I tell you who I was put right off. I still love her in Stranger Things. But I actually hadn't realised when I first saw Stranger Things that Millie Bobby Brown was English. And she'd fitted in Harry Potter. Oh, that voice and that attitude, that posh voice. And her attitude. And apparently she is a bit of a diva. I can't watch her in anything else. I still haven't seen Enola Holmes, even though, I would love to, because I can't cope with her. Stranger Things, yes. Beyond that, no. Not happening. UK is my dream trip. Afraid of flying, so I won't be able to fly if I want a trip. Well, I'm planning on hoping, all things being equal, making it to the States probably in 2 years' time. And I'm planning on coming over for a month because we had arranged to go for 2 weeks with Bestie. We had a bucket list. We wanted to go back again and sort of see the places we hadn't seen yet. And she's actually agreed to fly home without me so I could stay on for a couple of weeks. Because I actually hate flying, and I thought if I'm going to go over, one, flying's expensive. So I thought, well, instead of doing 2 trips and then maybe going over and doing filming for the channel, I'll just do the one. And she said yes to flying home on her own. So hoping to go over for a month. Mainly in the south. Although Dawn hasn't seen New York, so I don't know, maybe I will hit that as well. Richard Harris was true Hellraiser. He was amazing. He was brilliant in Gladiator. Kenneth Branagh. Helen Mirren. Yeah, Helen Mirren is really good. I actually met Helen a few times when I was working in London. I was a nanny, and the best job I had, the woman who I was working for was in the music industry. I got so many free tickets, and her best friend it still is, Helen Mirren. Yeah, she's really nice. She's getting more and more good roles as well. She's dominating now, and it's good to see, especially for an older actress. Let me know if you actually, Kat. We'll probably be flying into Vegas because I want us to do. Again, this is going to depend on my health now, but I want to do a tour, maybe a couple of tours when I'm with Dawn, friend. Because I don't want to pay for the ones that you get here. You sit with the same people for like 2 weeks. No, thank you. And on the schedule. But I've seen a couple of really good tours for a company that's actually in Vegas, and they pick up and drop off in Vegas. So that's actually where we're going to be starting out, sweetie. I already know that. For those second 2 weeks, yeah, if anybody wants to meet up, especially if you're in the south, because I'll mainly hit the south, I think. Um, we'll happily meet up. It would be great to meet up. David Jason. Oh, Rick Mayall. So sad we lost Rick Mayall so soon. I agree with Pomp. TV actor. Yeah. Seriously, mate. It'd be a couple of years. It'd be two. I think Dawn's got to take the last 2 weeks in August off, so we'll be flying in probably late August. And like I say, I'll be staying on for a couple of weeks. And I'll probably. It's just easier. You can do it from different airports, but it's just easier to fly in and out of the same airport. So I'll probably start and end in Vegas. Jim Carrey is he's a really good serious actor. I know he's known for his comedy. But, there isn't a ferry. It's a bloody shame. Honestly, it's what stops me going to New Zealand. I'm to get on a plane. But if I'm going to be over for a month, I'm not going to spend 4 weeks worrying about the flight. And I'm I'll get on a plane if it's worth it at the other end. Young ones are my jam. Sorry, jam. We do. I mean, nearer the time, I will confirm dates and everything, and because I want to start putting a program in place. Especially for the 2 weeks, it's just me. So, and it's not that we won't go north, but there's a lot of places in the south I haven't seen yet, and they're the bits that I really want to see. Yeah, but they're stupidly expensive. I think it's 6 weeks. It's 4 to 6 weeks, I think. And if I lived a life of luxury and money was no object, I'd probably do it that way, to be honest. But yeah, stupid money. Grew up watching Young Ones, seen Bottom Line. I've seen Bottom Line. I love the Young Ones. Yeah, you see, the only way I'd probably get down to New Zealand and Oz would be, I don't know, never say never. I'm not getting any younger, guys. Is if, again, I was filthy rich or rich enough not to have to worry. And I could do it bit by bit. Because there are other places I'd like to go to too. So in the unlikely event I could take sort of 6 months or a year out just to travel, I'd do it bit by bit rather than trying to do it all in one go. Stay inside as much as possible. I've actually been, I know it's hot in August. That's the only problem. It's just that's the time that Dawn can go. But I have spent August in Texas and not had a problem with it. I actually, so long as it's dry heat, I'm okay. You guys are. I mean, I spent 3 months in DC when I was younger, and that was in the summer. And never again would I. I mean, nothing wrong with the city, but if I was to go to DC again, it would be spring or autumn, not in the summer. It's like 100% humidity. It's awful. Whereas when I was in San Antonio, it was like 120 degrees with the heat factor, and I was fine. Don't get me wrong, it was scorching, but you're built for it more in the south than anywhere else. I wouldn't do a long cruise like that, to be honest. No, I've looked at cruises before, not to get to America, to where we looked at before I gave up work. A friend and I were looking at a Caribbean cruise because it fits in several locations that you can see at once when you're traveling that distance. But I kept looking at the itinerary and so many days at sea, and it's like, no, I don't want to be stuck at sea with people. I want to be on land. I want to be visiting as many places as possible. 6 weeks in cruise ship sounds like a failing liver. It certainly does. Yeah, I mean, the only issue the main issue I have with flying, other than being frightened of it, is it used to be 6 hours to New York or to the northeastern 5 hours back. And then stupid Iceland had a stupid volcanic eruption, which threw stupid volcanic dust into the stupid atmosphere, and the flight patterns changed. So instead of going up over Iceland and across Greenland, which makes it a shorter flight if you think of the curve of the Earth, they now just sort of take off from London and go straight across the Atlantic. So it's now 8 hours. Stupid. I saw one the other day. It was like a cruise village. It was massive. I remember having a holiday in Venice, and the cruise ships come into there, and they are gargantuan. So if you're going to New Zealand, you take them with you. I mean, all of New Zealand, but especially the South Island. I would just love to see the South Island. I mentioned a stream or two ago, I spend a lot of time on Google Earth, and that's one of the places I look at a lot, is New Zealand. Never been abroad. You're in a good position to go abroad, even if you don't like flying, because you can use the tour. If I lived in London now, at the age I was then, because one of my favourite places is Paris. My favourite place is Venice, but one of my favourite places is Paris. And, just be able to get on a train. Amazing. I went on a round the world cruise once. It's a nice place, but I wouldn't want to live there. Wah, wah, wah. Me either. Stop the world, I want to get off. Grenada, yeah, I see, I would actually love. I would love to go to the Caribbean, but there was. And I'm thinking the islands aren't that far apart. Why am I spending 4 days at sea? Or maybe they're further apart than I'm giving them credit for, to be honest. Hopefully the Orange Beast won't put a tariff on you for coming to New York, probably. I mean, the only downside really of the trip is because of the time. If I had, because I'm self-employed, I could go at any time. If it was just me, I'd probably go a lot earlier in the year. I mean, when Don and I went to Albuquerque, Texas. It was February, and they were nice temperatures, and also it's a lot cheaper. So we're going to be going at the really expensive time to fly. Hence, me staying on, then I'm not paying for flights twice. Sarah or chat, does it have benefits opening a channel and content creator partnership? What do you mean? Partnerships when you get monetized, isn't it, Crit Walker? That's what partnership means. I think. I've not heard of content creator partnership. But you become a YouTube partner when you get monetized. And you hopefully stay monetized. Don't learn by my experience. You've been to a different country, haven't you? Go to Ireland, then you can say you've been overseas. It takes my sister around 10.5 hours to LAX from Gatwick. Took 8 to get to the. That's good. Because I think Las Vegas was further than that. Longer than that. Sorry, not further. Just had a nap heat knocking me out. Yeah, it's knocking me out as well. I've got the fan on, but it's not as effective as I'd like. I've only been to and lived in Mexico. When I lived in Brownville, Texas, the breeze would trick you and you would not realize 100. I ended up so burnt just hanging out clothes at the mission house. I tell you, I had a friend who went to Lanzarote, which is, if you don't know the location, it's they're Spanish islands. The Canary Islands are Spanish islands, but they're just off the coast of Africa. The one thing I regret doing, because I've never been to Africa, you could actually do a day trip to Morocco, and we never did it. that's beside the point. But in Lanzarote, even if it's really hot, you get the winds coming off the desert, off Africa, which makes it feel cool. A degree or two. You don't realise how hot it is. Mind you, that can happen here. Cool breeze, and you think, oh, it's not that hot, and then you realise how strong the sun is. You've got to be careful. Never been on a plane. Thinking Florida for my first. Next year for my first. Never been to Florida. I need to. I would actually like to. There's a couple of places in Florida I'd like to go for filming. Because I could do some filming with Dawn, or just go on my own. But that's one of the ones on the bucket list for. I don't know if we've got the strength to do Disney. If I was going to do Disney, that's where I'd do it. Don't go to Paris. But yeah, the moment we're planning on flying into Vegas, do these trips in the canyons and national parks and Monument Valley and stuff. And they're actually not a bad price, and they pick up and drop off in Las Vegas. It's only 2 or 3 days. I keep talking to Jamie actually about New Orleans, because we would both love to go to New Orleans, and we keep humming and hawing because I know it can be quite dangerous. But there's also a part of us that keep thinking, well, we're doing this bucket list, so still might try and find a way doing New Orleans. South of France on a train. See, you can train around Europe. You don't have to get on a boat or a plane. That's awesome. Never been on a plane either. I was meant to do skydive. You ever been on a plane? You were going to do a skydive. Awesome. Oh, do you know what? He's not here today, Crit Walker, but when I'm on with Phil, I think that's what Phil's got. But ask Phil about it. If you're in chat when Phil's here, I think that's what he's got on his channel. I need a beach getaway. I haven't been on a vacation since 2008. I'm overdue. Need to go start a GoFundMe. Just GoFundMe in the fun in the sun. Go fun in the sun me. Yeah, see, I'm not really a beach person, so I sort of need the locations to go to. What's the lighthouse in Florida? I think that's one of the places I looked up. But I'd like to find some of the the usual. Me being all critical of people going to the usual places, and I'd quite like to go to some of the ones that we hear about on the paranormal channel. Is this St. Augustine or something? But I need to work out logistics of getting to places as well. Because we'll probably hit Texas again and Tennessee and Louisiana. No, I know. I think I know what. I think it's what Phil's got that Crit Walker's talking about. I can't imagine not flying. No, no. If you, I don't want to spend. I wouldn't want to spend half my holiday traveling. Just want to get to the destination as quickly as possible. That's the benefit of a plane. But if I had the luxury to have time to do things, but you couldn't really do it for America, but certainly for Australia and New Zealand, you could do a lot of it by land, bit by bit. Take a breath in. Florida's like being. Yeah, I know. That's the. I think Florida. That's the only problem with Florida. It'd be even worse than DC, I would imagine. So it might be more to the I think it would. Mind you, that time of year it's all going to be. Just have to put up with it. Padre Island. I know there were a few places Dawn mentioned. I'm in Texas, because Dawn had mentioned Texas. And oh, actually, no, we cut. That's why we weren't going to go to Disneyland. But she mentioned somewhere else down there, because we don't go to Disneyland with the kids not being with us. Her kids. We'd be in trouble. Big trouble. You visited Disneyland without us. Supposed to go to Florida when 9/11 happened. I think that's the year we went to Albuquerque. But we were in the February, so it was just before. I love the way Spaghetti says, apologies, I am back. You don't have to apologise for being back, sweetie. It was good to see you. Hello, that's right. It's the humidity pump. That's what it was like in DC. But I think Florida would be even worse. Yes, it's a form of torture. I do you know I'm being very trusting here. I'm reading one of Wes's long comments out without checking it first. I sat on a plane once and said to Lisa, look at those people down there, they look like ants. Lisa said, don't be daft, they are ants, we haven't taken off yet. I can't even imagine being in the country though. So time for a Hollands pie and chips. John boy, you don't have to look after yourself with food. Transfer much, yeah. Have I been to Munich? No, I don't think I have. I've been to that lighthouse in Saugus and Augustine. Yeah. I don't know me geography though, so I need to check where everything is in some of the southern states. No, I know what. You need Phil here. Phil will explain everything because I'm pretty sure he's talking about what Phil does. I think it was to do with him being selling stuff originally with his YouTube channel. Because CC for in Stay Tuned CC is can't remember. I can't remember. I'm hoping he's asleep and not lurking. My dad went to Gracelands for his 70. The travelling was a nightmare. Yeah. That's what I mean. I kind of want to just get the main flight out of the way. And then having all that time, both me and friend together, and then when I'm on my own, I've got time to sort of plan it out. I don't want to do what some people... I mean, I've done it before where I've been... I mean, when we went to Albuquerque, I think I worked out we did... Hang on. We did about 10 planes in 6 days, just getting from place to place. But no, I'd want to have a leisurely time. It's supposed to be haunted, whether it is or not. I think Ghost Adventures did it. I know you keep apologising for turning up, but it's fine. I've no problem with that. Looks so nice to be cooking a demon barbecue here. I hope it cools down before I have to go out. It's been raining here since Thursday night. I'm going to need a boat soon. I know. Wayne's been a good boy. I doubt it. I don't know what you're talking about, but I doubt it. Spain, the Caribbean. I haven't been to mainland Spain actually. I've been to Canaries. France I've been to, US. Canada or some New Zealand at some stage. Yeah, I would, but I'd also like to go to China. Um, I think that's too far for me. The other thing on our bucket list actually is Rome. Because I love my Roman history. I want to go to Rome and go to Pompeii while we're there. Oh, Jolene, hello, sweetie. How are you doing? Good to see you. Love a haunted house. Elaine on her channel has a stunning. Is it Pastels, Elaine? On her Creepy Caboodle channel, has a stunning picture of a lighthouse that she does as a video. Now you see Pastels. Sure, it was Pastels. It's a while since I've seen it. If you put a pastel in my hand, I look like a 4-year-old with a crayon drawing. Never managed to get the hang of pastels. Where's that lighthouse where the oh, I know which one I know what the story you mean. Do you know what? There's a few places down the East Coast, especially I think some of them are in Georgia actually. Because I did start doing a bit of research on pirate stories and stuff like that and haunted lighthouses, and there's quite a few down on the well, probably all the way up, but certainly on the south half of the states on the eastern coast. I know what you mean. I know which story you mean. I just can't remember where it was. Ghosts and Red did some. Yeah. Zach Bagans. It must be haunted. Hey, Miss excuse me. Hey, Miss Bojangles. She said coughing. I'm sorry, guys. Italy. I mean, Venice is my favourite place on the planet. I've been twice, once for 8 days and once just for a day trip with the students, but I would love to go back to Venice at some point. That's my only issue now with going to Italy. I would hate being in Italy without at least dropping into Venice. So I think if we do the Rome trip, I think it's going to have to be pop in on the way there or back, I think, even if it's just for a day or two. Venice is one of those places you can't describe. You've just got to be there to know what it's like. It's amazing. I fell in love with it. When we went for an 8-day holiday, it was the first time I'd been, and I almost cried when we had to leave. I could have just stayed there I would actually love to spend a month or two in Venice, just soaking it up and doing the artwork and photography, etc. Raven, hey sweetie, I've had to change my alarms because of that. And what I did on both my phone and my tablet was I found the most annoying alarms possible. One is a bugle, like Reverie, you know, do 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 do, but really loud. And the other one's a rooster. It sounds like a rooster with a sore throat. So I've had to find the most annoying alarms to actually have them wake me up because I was just sleeping through the old ones all the time. Arizona, I love New Mexico. I would actually like to go back to New Mexico because we went to New Mexico because I was doing a conference in Albuquerque. I would love to see more of it. I mean, I don't know if Jonathan's probably not in chat anymore, but I really get why they called New Mexico the land of enchantment. We adored it. And I would love to see more of it. And I would love to see Arizona as well. America, Canada, Australia, New Zealand. All the long journeys. That was a quick art video. I think you're talking about it was a print and onto a canvas. I did do the outline like for it. It was I loved that. Just something that caught my eye. Loved it. Seen quite a few of the US teams go there. Charleston has a lot of fun today. Oh, really? It's Georgia. Don't like Venice. Why not? Right, okay. Thought you were alright. No, yeah. If you don't like Venice, cool arts. Every time you come into my chat, you have to apologise for that. I love it. I won't want to be there in the height of the summer. I think we went at Easter, about April. And as much as I would love the carnival, it would be too crowded for me. I love Venice. I absolutely love Venice. I haven't put them on the wall yet, actually. Well, actually, I'm not on camera anyway, but I do have two masks that I've got from Venice that will go behind me on my setup. They had the tourist tax when we were there. It was because I think the first time we went was about 2008 or something. I don't mind the tourist tax, to be honest. Tuscany, avoid Rome. I'm going to be honest with you, Kulak. The reason I want to go to Rome is I love the American history, especially. I just want to see the Colosseum. It's the only real reason I want to go to Rome. So people keep saying Tuscany to me. I had an argument with Justin about it. So, and I do want to see Pompeii, but yeah, I can't see me wanting to spend like masses of time in Rome. I just got this thing about seeing the Colosseum, to be honest. I'm back, Sarah. Hello, Spajangles. Is it because it's sort of crowded and noisy and chaotic? Because I would love to see Barcelona, and every time I've tried to plan a one for Barcelona, that's what puts me off. Maybe not the country I so much to benefit you lot have got, and I know it's probably easy for us to say. You know, I don't think I'd have to because you've got so many varying landscapes. Oh, St. Augustine Lighthouse. I didn't like Milan. I'll be honest. I hated Milan. Love Venice. I haven't been to Naples, but I've heard don't bother about Naples. I don't know if that's right or not. And like I say, Rome. I just want to see the Colosseum. I would be happy to do a day trip to Rome and just go to the Colosseum, just to say I'd seen it. I really didn't like Milan at all. But Venice? How can you not like Venice? Elaine, ignore him. You would absolutely, you'd find Venice amazing. I used to live not far from Milan. It's a pretty area because I visited Milan when I took the students, and we were staying off Lake Garda, which actually I would like to quite see more of again because we didn't see all of it. Didn't get up to the Dolomites. But we did a day into Milan, and it so wasn't worth it. I would like to see Tuscany though. You take care, Laura. Don't make any sudden movements. First thing you can. Most Italians don't like Venice. Why? I'm interested in why. That's a bit like the French with Paris, by the way. Don't clump us in with that lot. If you go anywhere other than Paris, no, we're not Parisian. But yeah, I think I debunked it as well, to be honest, Mariah. Yeah. We were sitting at a breakfast bar. Yeah. Is that what you were thinking? I think that somebody said in his comment. I was a little concerned when somebody in his comments said, because it was a tea light, wasn't it? And they're encased in metal. And he said something about, would that affect a magnet? I'm like, well, yeah, it's metal. I'll have to send you stories. Oh, thank you, Icy Ghost. Got to look forward to those. Have a fab day, afternoon, or night. Love to all. Thank you for being here, sweetie. Did you not? Not long before I went on alone, it was only a very quick video. Bida put a video up asking people. Well, he was asking debunkers to debunk it, and I think half the chat did. Pompeii, you can now. You see, I've had an alternative take on that, but it's not from an Italian. It's from somebody who's been from the UK, who told me, because I said, "Oh, I can do a day trip from Rome," and they went, "No, you can't. Don't do a day trip to Pompeii. You won't see it all the good stuff. You need a lot more than a few hours to go around it." Oh, it's not a magnet. I only quickly looked at it. So, Milan, yeah, I was not impressed with Milan. To be honest, apart from the town square with the, I was going to say Dolmio. What is it? The cathedral. Oh no, it's not Dolmio. Veres. Awesome. I have to note some of these down. Dots on the toe over the. Oh, right, okay. I have to say, because I looked it quickly, but I was wary of how blurry the camera was. That would be more typical. It's basically a tourist trap. Talked about Venice in one video. Yeah, it is. But if you're me, what we did when we spent that 8 days there is because we stayed just off St Mark's Square, just a tiny little hotel just off St Mark's Square, which is in the centre. Well, next to the water, but it's in the centre. And most people used to go. I'm just visualising. If I was looking at a map straight on, they would visualise going west towards the Grand Canal, and we constantly went east towards just through the little lanes through towards the Arsenal, and you can walk away from the tourists even in the season. I get the tourist thing. Just as an artist, both the buildings and the shops, with the masks, and cause I love masks. I love the Venetian masks and the carnival and everything. I loved it. Got to tell on folks. No problem. You take care, Wes, and say if she's not still here, say bye to Lisa for me as well. Oh really? Oh, awesome. We need to do the American trip first, but I just need to see the Colosseum. It's one of my have-to bucket lists. We have one or two others as well. I'm not going to say what they are though. Yeah. Oh, the other place is in Venice. You can go over to is Murano, where they have you can go through the glass factory. One of the principal things with me in Venice is there's no cars. The car park on the edge of the island, and that's it. So it was a bit strange once you sort of get back into where there's actual vehicles that aren't boats. Is Sheila going? Hi, Sheila. Good to have you here, sweetie. Oh, I made that coffee strong. Just let me boil the kettle, because even for me, that's a bit much. Actually, I hadn't really thought about. I'd thought about it a little bit for the American trip, but I hadn't really thought about it for other places we want to go to. So, like this, if we manage to do the Italian trip, getting advice from people who know it. Oh my lord, my nan used to have. Yeah, there's much better Murano glass than that. I actually have a bracelet of Murano glass that a friend fixed for me because the latch had come off, and I didn't want to do it myself because I didn't trust myself to do it properly. So I wouldn't wear it until she She fixed it for me. The only thing with Moran, was it Moran? No, it wasn't. What's the other one? There's another island called Lido, and that one's weird if you've been in Venice already for a few days, because cars, you do have cars on that one, and suddenly it's like, oh my god, there's cars around. But I would go spring or autumn, because those canals start to get a bit whiffy in the summer. I don't do debunking videos, but most of the stuff I see seems to be common sense. I don't know. I mean, I think I think a lot of things are common sense. And I think when you're part of the debunking community, you learn which things to look for. But I continually say, I'm not a debunker. I am one hell of a film analyst, because that's where my training is. I can analyse the shit out of things visually. So if it's like even back in 2020 when I first started watching the paranormal on YouTube, there were 2 channels that I instantly said no, absolutely not. And one was Ghosts of Carmel, Maine, and one was Mindseed. I think I've said this in videos, and in both cases, because of the way they filmed it, that high contrast black and white, you can hide all sorts of shit in there. Now, I didn't actually debunk them as such, but I was just sus from the beginning. And I can see the person who used to do it closest, Crow does it a little bit. And who's the other one? Shape does it a little bit. Well, Shape does it continuity. I'm really good at continuity. Shape wipes the floor with me. Crow's really good at the audio and the what's the word? Oh God, words today. Where they're setting it up, they're setting a shot up, ready for something to happen, so you can actually see where it's going to happen. But Parple, or when Parple was still a debunker, he did it a long time. So analysing the actual footage, I'm really good. But the debunking stuff and what gets me, and somebody said it earlier, I think, in this one, you know, it's like, oh no, it's not somebody, it was Shape. I saw Shape in somebody's comments saying he doesn't tend to bother so much with the apps and the gadgets and things, not knowing the science behind them. It's more the practical effects. That's what I can do. But I'm not a debunker. Plus, to actually be a debunker, all the amount of hours of crap I'd have to sit through. I don't know how they do it, any of them. Each and every one of them deserves a medal for sitting through all that. Continue. Yeah, you know, there's a certain element of it, but I would never label myself as a debunker because I don't have all of the skills. I can do a reaction and I can do an analysis. And if I was watching a channel and I actually saw something that I could actually debunk, I would say I've debunked it, but I still wouldn't call myself a debunker. I'm good at spotting fake. I've done it since I was a kid trying to act. I've done that a few times. You know, on Britain's Got Talent, I've sometimes spotted how the illusionists are doing it. Haunted Hill House, a few continuity errors the other day. Crow spotted more than I did, which was really annoying. Well, I didn't notice that. Not that I was looking for them, by the way. That's why I didn't spot them, and Crow did. He was obviously looking for them. Sarah's not a debunker, she's a legend. She's something. I do actually, if I did see a video that I thought, I mean, there's no point in doing Carmel, Maine or Mindseed or anything, they've been done to death. But if I saw something, if I happened to see something, I thought, yeah, my video analysis skills would really really sort of work for a video for this, I would do it, but I wouldn't do it for the sake of it. Well, the Carry On films, Elaine, they were really quickly made. I mean, they were made as cheap as possible and as quickly as possible, so they were bound to have continuity errors. I don't even know whether they would bother, because most films will actually hire somebody to do the continuity. The bigger budget film, that would be their job. It would also be part of the art department's job. I have worked in an art department on a movie, and it's part of the art department's job to make sure that visually, mise-en-scène wise, the continuity's there. But yeah. Oh, I love Carry On films. I go through phases of watching Carry On films. Actually, says never had a curse of the chaos. Oh, if only you knew me. I should hear the ranting when I'm not online. So I'm usually ranting about the chaos, by the way. This community gets very noisy when there's a lot of drama happening. I absolutely adore the Carry Ons. Not PC these days, but I don't care. Oh, not all of them, but there's some that I could just watch and rewatch and do. There's as much drama off screen as there was on it, yeah. They were very poorly paid. We're still talking about Carry On. This very poorly paid. They were done on so much for budget. One of my favourites, I like the historical ones, and one of my favourites was, which was probably the least politically correct, by the way, was Carry On Up the Khyber. And the reason I love Carry On Up the Khyber is that end scene where they're all in their refinery and their jewels, sitting eating dinner with the quartet playing, and the buildings falling down around them, and they're being very British, and they refuse to sort of sit away from the dinner. It was sometimes they were actually really good commentary. And the other one's Carry On Cleo. Can't be Carry On Cleo. Well, I like Laurel and Hardy as well. I do like Laurel and Hardy. Babs was the only one to be contracted with royalties. The others took a one-off fee. She had some sense. Smart lady, Barbara Windsor. Such a shame that she suffered for the last few years, but she knew what to do. Not too so British. It's just Oh, Carry On Screaming. Odd Pod or something. Lovely Jim Dale. Yeah. What was it? Frying Tonight. Harry Corbett as well. It tends to get forgotten, that one, doesn't it? It's like, oh yeah, of course, Carry On Screaming. How can we forget about Carry On Screaming? I don't know. And I also watched them as a kid. They were one of those types of movies you watched as a kid. You weren't aware of what you were watching in terms of the smut. It wasn't until you got older and you think, oh, okay. They were more saucy than I realised. Shadowbice, hello, sweetie. Carry On Screaming is the only one I've seen. Enjoyed it. Carry On Screaming is a sort of jewel in one of the jewels in their crown, but certainly because it was a little bit different. So good. They wrote the main part for the Lavatory Man for what's his name too, because it causes a ruckus that he wasn't supposed to be in it. Lavatory Man. Oh, yeah, Charles Lawtrey or something. I have a lot of old films, even black. I like black and white. One of my favourite black and white movies, if you ever get the chance to see it, is Charles Hawtrey. Thank you. Arsenic and Old Lace. If you ever get the chance to see Arsenic and Old Lace, I'm not going to tell you what it's about because it would be a major spoiler. Just watch Arsenic and Old Lace. It's as funny as anything. It's guy who did Wonderful Life, which I hate, by the way. I hate It's a Wonderful Life. But Arsenic and Old Lace is so fun. And Some Like It Hot as well. Marilyn Monroe, Some Like It Hot. Oh no, The Lady Killers was colour. Well, the one I saw was colour. This had been colorized. I'm sure it was colour at the time. Peter Sellers and Alec Guinness. Another one that should never have been remade. The remake was awful with Tom Hanks. It was absolutely awful. No need to remake that. I think I've got Lady Killers somewhere. Actually, I'll have to have a re. I've got Arsenic and I've got all the ones I've just mentioned. I think on DVD. Never saw the remake. I don't know why I even watched it because it was one of those films that just should not have been remade. It was absolutely horrible. And Tom Hanks, who I'm afraid this is going to be an unpopular opinion, I'm very hit and miss with, was not good in that at all. Kind Hearts and I've got Whiskey Galore. I think we might have Kind Hearts and Coronets. That's the old Ealing comedies, isn't it? It's like I'm Alright Jack and stuff like that. Whiskey Galore's good. Shadow Mice is lurking. Lurky turkey. We like our lurky turkeys. I don't think Mariah's live today, but just let me double check. I think she's doing Friday. Mariah, if you're still in chat, can you say whether or not you're live today? Just let me check your poo. Who's that? No. No, it doesn't look like it. But hopefully she'll confirm with me if I'm wrong. Where's StreamYard? There we go. Oh, my screen's gone black. There it is. Who are we talking about? Oh, Green Mile. I love the Green Mile. I read the book before I saw the movie, actually. The book was even... I mean, I love the Green Mile film, but the book was even better. I'll tell you who's in the Green Mile who I adore, and I don't know what it is about him, but that's David Morse. I really like David Morse. Saving Private Ryan, no. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yes. I'm trying not to give spoilers, because obviously, you know... But Arsenic and Old Lace. Honestly, guys, if you ever see Arsenic and Old Lace on your streaming service, don't look at the description. Just click on it. It's Cary Grant. When I was at uni, I actually ran a film club, and we did a season of what's called black comedy. So it's things like To Die For with Nicole Kidman. I can't remember what the other ones were. We did about 4, but we included Arsenic and Old Lace. And this is bloody film students, but black and white. And I didn't make it to that screening, but people who were in the screening said they were just rolling around laughing at Arsenic and Old Lace, and they didn't want to watch anything black and white. Honestly, it's so funny. I might have to watch it again. I know I've got the DVD somewhere. And I've just found my DVD remote so I can play DVDs again. Green Mile, so to us Europeans, it's green 1.6. Yeah, that's to you. This European smile. Cary Grant could be so funny. Bestie and I, the best friend that I'm coming over to the States with, Dawn, we almost went one year to because we used to run Halloween parties. We almost went as the two little old ladies and that. Wasn't a mile, it was about 30 feet. Romper Stomper, now there is a movie. Romper Stomper, I think, came out either around the same time or before. There's three actually. There's three movies around the time of one was Trainspotting. Romper Stomper, which is a very, very early Russell Crowe one. It's such a good movie. It's New Zealand movie, Australian movie. That is well worth a watch. And if you can stand subtitles, there's a French film called La Haine, which was around the same time. LA, I think it's LA. Was it LA? Crap, can't remember. It's Haine. That's amazing. All three of those. George Cole was local to where I grew up, so I used to love his films with Alistair Sim. Oh, St. Trinian's. Oh, St. Trinian's was awful. Dead Man's Shoes. I don't think I know Dead Man's Shoes. Australia, 1992. I've got a feeling it beat. Because Trainspotting got all the attention. I'm sure Romper Stomper was before it. I don't know if La Haine was, but Romper Stomper was. Romper Stomper is such a good film. Dead Man's Shoes. You know that. If you want a classic British movie, two, both with Michael Caine in them. The Italian Job, the Michael Caine version, not the American version, and The Man Who Would Be King. If you want to chill out, especially if you want to chill out on a Sunday afternoon, Man Who Would Be King. Oh, this is England. Yeah, I know this is England. I don't know, Dead Man. Should we look it up? Why don't I'm a bloody film student here and I don't recognise the title. I can tell you which films not to watch. What happens when you study film? No, I don't know it. Who's in it? Actually, I know why that one passed me by. It's because that's when I was working in York. I missed so much when I was. I'll check that one out. I'll write that down on my list. No, Mr. Bean. Do you know, one year I flew to Boston and I bloody paid for the headphones on the flight so I could listen to the movie, and they played Mr. Bean. Didn't even need bloody headphones to watch Mr. Bean. I don't want to watch Mr. Bean anyway, but that was the in-flight movie. But you made me pay $2, whatever it was, for headphones for this. I will look up Dead Man's Shoes. Been here in stealth mode. Stealthy. Jeff being stealthy. Got to go. See ya. Wouldn't want to bet. Sorry. Where's it based? Where was it based, John Boy? Didn't look at that actually. Does it tell me on Wikipedia? Probably not. Wikipedia's crap. Matlock. Oh, Matlock! Derbyshire, Peak District. I've heard of Matlock. I've lost StreamYard again. There it is. Bye, Jeff. Bye, Jeff. See you, Jeff. I'm with Sarah. I'll have to look it up. Yeah. I will put it on my watch list though. See if anywhere's streaming it. Always good to find a new movie. Might not, yeah. Peak Dress Chick's lovely. Very pretty. Very pretty. The Derbyshire Hills. Did I have a drink? Oh. It's getting that time of the day in this room, guys. I need to get the blackout curtains. The sun pours in through the window, which is making it even warmer. Yeah. Passport to Pimlico. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Phil does that better than me. He's not here today, Raven. Waddle, waddle. Hello, sweetie. Hear my voice going now. Quack. Should we take my inhaler actually? Raven! I don't feel the need to play the video, but again, guys, can just remind everybody that if you've got stories, your own paranormal stories, I am collecting them for a book or books, hopefully eventually. And again, thank you to those who already sent some. Roger, hello. I should have shaken that before I actually put it in the space. Give me 1 sec, guys. I just randomly say waddle, waddle, waddle now. Well, you have to, don't you? Stomp the like button. Thank you, Quick Walker. That's better. Roger saying hello to everybody. Yeah, I could give you a bloody list of British films not to watch. In Which We Serve would be one of them. Anything that classifies as a kitchen sink drama from the 60s. Actually, you mentioned Helen Mirren earlier. Long Good Friday with Bob Hoskins and Helen Mirren was a good one. Gangster movie. British gangster movie. Obviously. Oh, that coffee's too strong. I can't believe I'm saying that, but that coffee's too strong. Ugh. Oh, I've just drunk too much. Medusa, I don't know if that was British, was it? Thing is with the UK films, is often it might be UK, but it's American money, so you can't always tell. I'm just gonna have a look. It's definitely a British cast for the most part. Production. No, I'm not paying for Pro. Wikipedia. IMDb, how cheeky of you. I know there's a reason Wikipedia's free, but... Oh, co-production between UK and France. Wow, that can't happen very often. Pour some Scotch wishing in that coffee to make it... Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, it was France and UK, which kind of had French actors. Another movie I'd forgotten about actually. That's Age. New Omen is. I've not what I've only watched the original trilogy. I don't see the point in watching any more. Unless somebody tells me something's really worth it. Which one did I watch that somebody recommended to me? Because I'd refused to watch it. Oh, Nightmare. Wasn't perfect, but I actually did quite enjoy the new Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but still not the same. Hang on, are we took? Are you spelling that wrong, or am I in the wrong movie? No, I'm spelling it wrong. I don't want to make myself look any more ridiculous than I already do, because it didn't take much. I'll get rid of that. I do love the Omen movies. They tend to get forgotten, don't they? Yeah, they were 70s. Oh, yeah, I'm 100% with you with the original Nightmare. 100% with you. I just not watched the remake or whatever it was because it was a remake, and somebody said, "Oh no, it's not the same, but it's not terrible," and they were right. It wasn't terrible. Me and the Omen, yeah. I haven't watched the fourth or the new one. Plus, the original three kind of had a story in themselves. It's sort of from start to finish, so I'm not really sure it needed any more. Lovely Sam Neill in the third one. Oh, it's 4:30. Goodness me. Start wrapping up soon. I still need to go into town. I'm hoping it's cooled down out there. Anybody been outside in the last 10 minutes? The fourth was a little girl. What was it? We said, oh man, we found out the new ones were coming out. You see, I won't watch the new Candyman because if it ain't Tony Todd, I ain't watching it. Yeah, that was the main thing that spoiled it, Elaine, was the prosthetics. I suppose if it hadn't have been a Nightmare film, it probably would have been more respect for it. But yeah, that was the main problem with it. But the movie itself, I mean, there was some decent jump scares and visuals in it outside of the prosthetics. Like you say, the effects. It's cooler now. Awesome. Hopefully it is here because you're small. Well, I suppose you're probably not much nearer the sea than me. Stupid hot weather. Debbie, hello. And how are we doing, sweetie? Yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street. The new one was bearable. It had some decent moments in it. It wasn't the same as the old ones, so I didn't like the new Alien. Now I'm gonna disagree with you there. Oh, what was it? I've just rewatched it because I watched it on my laptop when I first watched it. I really wish I'd have seen that in the cinema. That end sequence, I would have loved to have seen that on the big screen. I actually really enjoyed the last Alien movie. I love me Alien movies. The first Alien is one of my favourite ever movies. And I love Aliens, although I think it's an action film, not horror. And I even like the third one. But I did. I can't remember the new one's called. Romulus. Was it Romulus? I was very impressed, and that final sequence, I just kept replaying it just to watch the visuals. Stunning. I'm melting. I know the feeling, and I've got to go out in this. I'm hoping it's cool down this side of the country as well. Ghost in the Darkness. Yeah, the more backstory, different backstory for Freddy. I didn't mind Romulus; it made more sense. Yeah, I think since the third one, it's been the best one. Bagman. See, now I'm being careful with Debbie's recommendations because the last one she recommended me creeped me right out. A brilliant movie, which was Longlegs. um. Oh, that looks. Me likey the effects. I'll have to check that one out. Longlegs is worth a watch if you really want to be creeped out. A really nothing to do with supernatural. It's a really disturbing story. Really disturbing. I found it really disturbing anyway. Val Kilmer. Yeah, Robert Englund is Freddy. That's the thing. I mean, that was the only problem with the it's not that it wasn't really the actor's fault. I agree with Len. It's prosthetics. No, it's not. Second one's an action movie. I love Aliens. I do love the movie, but it's not. To me, it's not horror. There's too many of them everywhere. You get desensitized to it. That first one, when they're stuck in the ship with one, and I did enjoy the third one. I loved Aliens. I do love Aliens, but to me, it's not. Yeah, I've just looked at the poster actually, and that's just the design. Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas and After Who Gets Two Lives. Oh, and I love Val Kilmer. Session 9. Don't know Session 9. Bagman is way creepier than Longlegs. Oh my goodness. Longlegs, yeah. I don't know what it was. It was one of those movies. It wasn't even so much about the visuals or anything. There was I don't know, got into my brain. It really creeped me out. I'll watch the trailer, but just going by the pictures I've just seen on IMDb, it'll be right down your street, Lane. District 9. District 9 creeped me out as well. I haven't seen it, but it was too much for me. District 9. Hang on. Alien prawns in Africa. Yeah. I found District 9 a bit disturbing as well. Who was William V? Val Kilmer's my Huckleberry. My Huckleberry. I love the Final Destination films. Some are better than others, but when they're good, they're so good. Tony Todd's in those. I actually was about to cross the road yesterday, and a massive wagon with 2 sections to it, full of logs, because it was coming down from the estates. They'd obviously been felling trees. You cannot see. Normally, it's the sort of thing you'd see on the roads, but this is I'm actually standing there, and I actually thought I'm walking to get past this thing, just in case. Oh, I love Final Destination. Yeah, you barely recognise it as Nicolas Cage. In fact, if you didn't know it was Nicolas Cage, you might spend the whole movie thinking, who's the actor playing that? Director of District 9 wanted to make an Alien sequel, but we got prequels instead. The end of 4, with which had Winona Ryder in it, they did end up just on the way about to land on Earth, but it didn't seem to happen. Need to watch. Yeah, is that out yet though? Yeah, that's where really good horror gets you. Oh, it's potentially could happen. Yeah, they do, absolutely. Saw movies. I need to revisit the Saw movies because I loved the first one. I think I've told this before as well that, like I said, I'm a film analyst, and one of the things with me with movies is it's very difficult for me to not get twists before they happen. And watching the first Saw was one of my biggest moments. The way the ending happened, because I just did not question the body on the floor. But the second one, I watched the second one and I got that one within about 10-15 minutes. And I never bothered with any others. I really should revisit them. Pope's Exorcist, yep. Yeah, I really need to do a session on the Saw movies. Sadly, I believe it, but then I watch a lot of true crime, and I'm the same. Used to drive my husband crazy watching crime shows or movies. Yeah, Russell Crowe's Pope's Exorcist. In the Pope's Exorcist. I'm going to start winding down, guys, because I'm getting so warm in here. Don't know directors as such. Depends who does the direct. It's not something I've taken notice of. It's what's on screen I'll take notice of. Probably shouldn't admit that, but yeah. James Wan, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's certain directors that when they're doing a good movie, I see he can be very hit and miss with his movies, but I love Robert Rodriguez. When he goes full on Robert Rodriguez, he's amazing. One of my favourites. I didn't mind them. I wasn't. I mean, I think I've only seen 1 and 2. I might have seen 3, but I didn't mind them. But I didn't find them particularly. I've never sort of rewatched them. I don't think. Tim Burton. Oh, Tim Burton. Elaine, I was talking to somebody about this yesterday. Have you? You might have done already, but have you seen The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari? I was recommended this to somebody yesterday because that's big influence on Tim Burton. Old 1930s movie. And you can see how it's how well it's affected, how much it influenced Tim Burton's style. German Expressionism movie, sort of horror movie. Robert Rodriguez. Oh, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. So the ones he did for Mandalorian and Boba Fett, they should have given him more control. Boba Fett. Oh crap, Sin City. Didn't have I just let me check before I make a fool of myself here. Just to make sure he directed it. Yeah, Dust Till Dawn. Sure, that's Rodriguez. I don't like M Night. M Night's a bit hit and mirror, hit and miss. I love Signs. I love Signs, and I do rewatch Signs every now and again. I don't think I've seen it. What did I say? I forget what I've said. I'm terrible. Oh, Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Hang on. I'll put it in the chat. You might be able to see it on YouTube, actually. For the visuals. Oh, yeah. It was 1927, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. Those warped landscapes, etc. And obviously, because it was an old black and white, you could see where Tim Burton has said it's a major influence on his style. Ghost Ships. Is that the one with a young Carl Urban in? That's creepy as anything. I'm pretty sure the reason I mentioned it is because when I was talking to somebody yesterday, we were looking online for old movies. Just see if you can get it on without paying. I'm talking about without paying for it. Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube. I've lost StreamYard again. There we go. 13 Ghosts is a good one. I got The Sixth Sense in 10 minutes. I still like the movie, but and the problem with The Sixth Sense, it's a bit like Shyamalan's or whatever he's called movies, is if you get it, or if you even think, well, it might be this, everything confirms it after that. You think, oh yeah, okay. The rest of the movie tells you. Make them go 13 Ghosts into a series. That'd be awesome. Right, guys, I need to go off and take my inhaler because I'm sure it must be the heat. So, thank you for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you, mods. And I'll be live tomorrow night. If you're UK, it'll be middle of the night, probably 2 o'clock. About 9 p.m. US East. And I know this. 11 a.m. Thursday if you are Sydney. I got the others as well. I do enjoy the others, but I got the others. But it was very similar to... Was it you I was talking to about James Herbert? It's very similar to a James Herbert story. I don't know if that's what it was based on, actually. I think that's probably why I got the others. So, don't worry about it, sweetie, so long as you're getting some sleep. And I will see you guys later.
Don't need coffee.
I need coffee. I need coffee.
You don't need coffee.
I need coffee, Daddy.